Hello, I'm Keith Fennell, principal at Ridgeland High School, and today we're going to conduct our student handbook review virtually. It's a step each year when we get together and review the expectations. I'd like you to see it as that. Not necessarily a do and don't lecture, but a review of the expectations in order for us to continue to be successful each and every day of this school year ahead of us. We're off to a great start. We've done the things that are expected of us. We're taking care of one another, and we're conducting those expectations to ensure that we're having school and being safe. So I'm confident that as we proceed through this year, we can continue in that same direction. You've all experienced a great deal of challenge over the course of last year to where we are today. And those challenges reveal our strengths. But more importantly than revealing our strengths, they continue to make us stronger. Last year in January, we discussed I can, I will, I must, because those expectations we're certain you can accomplish. But today is a brand new day at Ridgeland High School, and success begins with me, and success begins with you. And so with that review of our handbooks, we will be on the same page, understanding those expectations as we move forward in this school year to a successful completion. So I want to thank you for your attention this morning as we view this video. The assistant principals will cover the important topics of the student handbooks, the things that we deal with on a regular basis, the things that you have the most impact on, and the things that we need your understanding and cooperations with. So please continue to give them your attention as we review the student handbook for the 2020-2021 school year.
Attendance. The district believes that regular school attendance is paramount to student success, and research indicates that a student's attendance is directly proportional to the student's graduation from high school. The district is committed to working with the student as well as the parents when there are extenuating circumstances. Through collaboration, the student's level of success is greatly enhanced, and Mississippi law requires that students attend 63% of the instructional day in order to be considered present. Admittance after an absence. When a student returns from an absence of one or more days, the student must submit an excuse from his or her parent or guardian to the attendance clerk stating the reason for the absence in order to receive an excused absence. A medical excuse may be required. Excuses submitted more than 2 days after the absence may not be accepted. By law, any student accumulating 5 unexcused absences must be reported to the Madison County Attendance Officer. Makeup work. It is the student's responsibility to make up work that is missed. A student who needs to make up work after an absence must contact each of his or her teachers immediately upon returning to school to make up arrangements for that work. On school-sponsored trips, assignments should be secured ahead of time and are due on the day the student returns to class. Advanced assignments will not be provided on material that has not been taught in class. A student who receives an out-of-school suspension will be allowed to make up work that's missed. The student must request the assignments and submit all assignments during the first class period upon returning from the suspension.
Bell schedule. You're going to have 5 minutes between classes. There's plenty of time to make it from any point on campus. We've walked it and tested it. You just need to make sure this year with your restrictions on your stairwells that you plan accordingly to make sure you can get to class on time. If you are tardy to class, you must immediately report to the nearest tardy station. There's one at each rotunda, one upstairs and downstairs. You can't miss them. They're big blue podiums that say tardy station on them. So report to the tardy station. There'll be a teacher there who will write you a pass to class. Each teacher is responsible for consequences for the first 3 tardies to their class. On your 4th tardy, and any tardy after that to a class, your grade level administrator will end up giving more severe consequences, such as in-school suspension and possibly even out-of-school suspension, and definitely parent conferences. If you're tardy to school, it's a little different. You must get a slip again, must get a slip to be admitted to class. If you're inside the building, again, go to those tardy stations and pick up the tardy. If you're not in the building yet, you just need to go through the back attendance office and pick up a slip from the attendance clerk in the back. Any student, if you miss 25% of a class period, you will be counted absent for that class. We're going to talk about morning routines, lunch routines, and dismissal routines. In the morning, all students should remain 6 feet apart with their masks on at all times. There's going to be seating in the gym on green dots, in the commons on the green dots, cafeteria, and also in the patio. Those areas are available for all students to help maintain their safe separation. Remember, this is important not only just to your school family, but to your family at home as well. None of us want to be responsible for making someone in our family sick by not being safe and taking advantage of the safe spaces that we provided for you. We all want to make sure we do our part to help until COVID passes. In the cafeteria, when you're going to lunch, you're going to notice the big round stickers that go around the perimeter of the room that form the line. You're going to want to stay on those. That's going to make sure you remain 6 feet away from the person in front of you and the person behind you. Just remain on those stickers as you move through the lunch line. The line does move pretty fast, but you have to stay separated on the green dots. Seating in the cafeteria is also limited to the cafeteria, the commons, or the patio, again with the same green dots that you used in the morning to maintain your safe separation. Masks may be taken down once you are seated, or once you're seated to eat, you may take your mask down. They need to be worn every other time, like while you're in line and when you're getting up to leave. Go ahead and put your mask back on. Students in fifth lunch, you will be permitted to bring your belongings with you to fifth lunch because you're not returning to your classroom when fifth lunch is over. However, you cannot bring your bags or your belongings through the lunch line. You've got to set them down, go through the lunch line, and then retrieve those once you get your food. Students, if you have early release, you may leave campus at the beginning of fifth lunch if you've turned in your pink slip saying that you have parental permission to leave. Underclass students, you may not leave campus at any time unless you're properly checked out. At dismissal at the end of the day, car drivers and pickup riders are going to need to report to the back of the school, and bus riders report to the south side of the school by the football field. And since all student traffic should be going in the same direction at that time of the day, students may go down the center stairwell at dismissal only. Talk about electronic devices. Cell phones, smartwatches, other electronic devices, they're a privilege to have at school, and their use can be regulated and managed by your teachers. And the same applies to the use of headphones or earbuds in the classroom. In the hallways, we do ask that you keep one ear free at all times in the hallway from these devices, okay? That's going to assist with safety and communication. Your teachers and administration at Ridgeland High School love you. We want to treat you kindly and respectfully, and we shouldn't have to, and we don't want to, have to scream at you in the hallway just to get your attention. So please go ahead and give us that one ear so we can communicate with you guys safely and respectfully. If for some reason your electronic device is confiscated by a teacher or an administrator, it may be held for the remainder of the day or require a parent to come pick it up, depending on the situation. Other items that are prohibited on school property that may be confiscated or result in consequences from a discipline perspective are any weapons or look-alike toy weapons, tobacco in any form or tobacco-related products, lighters, matches, e-cigs, vapes, jewels, or any cartridges or juices associated with these items. Any noise-making devices, any stink bombs or spray, any mace or any other personal defense spray, playing cards, dice, or any other gambling devices, fireworks, laser lights, drug or alcohol-related clothing or accessories, gang-related accessories, or any bandana-style cloths, or pets or animals.
I would like to discuss some of the disciplinary policies that is in place. All students are subject to discipline during any time that they are either under or subject to the jurisdiction of the district, or participating in or going to or from any school-related activity at any place where an athletic contest or event had taken place, during the course of any field trip, during the course of any trip or activity sponsored or supervised by the district while under the supervision or direction of any teacher, principal, or other authority of the district, or when such conduct does or may threaten to interfere with or disrupt the educational process or poses a threat to the safety of the students or of other schools. School administrators may remove students from participating in school-related activities for disciplinary reasons. Students, please be reminded that after 3 referrals of a student for any disciplinary actions, the student will be placed on a probation and a behavior plan will be formulated. Just to add, a suspension can be put in place, a short-term suspension can be put in place which denies the student the right to attend school and to take part in school functions for any period of time not to exceed 10 or more days. Again, students, please be reminded that we take suspension very seriously. Extended suspension or repeat suspensions can lead to expulsion, and when expulsion takes place, expulsion is to remove it from school for up to 1 calendar year. Just to explain, when a student has received out-of-school suspension or has been expelled, he or she is prohibited from entering any of the district schools or school grounds, attending any day or night school functions, or riding a school bus during the period of the suspension. Also, we want to discuss a little bit about bus transportation and the expectations that we require in terms of behavior. It is the bus driver's responsibility to drive safely. It is the student's responsibility to behave appropriately. If a driver has disciplinary problems with a student, the driver will submit a disciplinary report to the principal for actions the following school day. Again, the consequences could be loss of privileges from riding the bus, which will result in parents having to bring the child to school, or could be permanent removal from the bus for the remainder of the calendar year.
Hey, this is Ms. Burton, and I want to talk to you about a couple of things from the handbook. First of all, we're going to talk about the dress code. And you can find this on pages 32 to 33 of the handbook. You're responsible for all of them that are listed, but I'm going to go over a few of them, the ones that I've noticed so far, so we can all be on the same page. All right, as you know, all of us are wearing face masks because of the pandemic. You're doing a great job with that, so keep that up. Now, as far as the dress code, no tank tops, halters, tops with spaghetti straps, or tops that expose the midriff when hands are raised above the head shall be worn. Now, I've already noticed some of you wearing shirts that are showing your midriff, so let's nip that in the bud right now. When you raise your hands, if I can see skin or your midriff area, that's a dress code violation. Also, no clothing considered and designed as underclothing shall be worn as an outside garment. Any style of clothing tending toward immodesty is prohibited. No hats, caps, toboggans, headscarves, bandanas, wristbands, sweatbands, hairnets, shower caps, stocking caps, do-rags, or hoods are allowed in the building. This rule applies to both girls and boys. No see-through clothing shall be worn. Students may wear shorts provided that the length meets the fingertip rule. That is, the length must extend to the end of the middle finger when standing, and arms are hung straight at the side. So when you put on your shorts, just put your hands by your side. If it's below that fingertip, you're good to go. Okay? Same thing with girls. If you wear a skirt or a dress, that length must be fingertip. Again, hands by your side. If it's below your fingertip, you're good to go. No pants with holes exposing skin above the fingertip rule are permitted. So if you're wearing jeans, and a lot of you are wearing jeans with the holes, that's fine. Just make sure that hole is below the fingertip, or if it is above your fingertip, make sure we can't see your skin underneath. So have tights or whatever on that you need to have so that we don't see the skin. Also, no pajama pants are permitted. Leggings, skin-tight pants, jeans, or biking shorts must be worn with the appropriate skirt or covering which must meet the fingertip rule. So if you're wearing your tights, your shirt that you wear must be fingertip length. Wearing tights or spandex as shorts, that's not allowed. I've noticed some girls, especially, you're wearing your tights that are the length of shorts and you're not wearing a shirt to cover it up. That's not prohibited, okay? That's considered an undergarment. So no tights or spandex as shorts. As far as dress code, again, you have a whole list of dress code policies here that you have to abide by. I just went over a few, but consider this your warning. So from this point on, if you violate any of these dress code policies, then you'll be sent to the office for dress code violation. So consider this your warning. Now, the second thing I want to talk about is the random drug testing policy. All students who participate in extracurricular activities, and for all students who are allowed to drive on campus, you will be subject to the district's random drug testing policy. Thank you.
As we stated at the beginning of this review, and will continue to do each school day, today is a brand new day at Ridgeland High School. But more importantly, I want you to understand that you are responsible for your behaviors. And you can choose to make it a great day. We are Titans, trustworthy individuals, together, always navigating towards success. That success begins with me, and that success begins with you. I expect nothing less than a successful school year and look forward to working with you towards that success.